What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew. We are here in my garage in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, where we are going to start doing some work to my 1999 JDM Subaru STI. We are back from a track day with the GTI, and it was a very successful track day. Had a lot of fun. Set a new PB because of a set of sticky NT01 tires. Really fun time. I'm very happy now to be back on the GC8, get some prep done to go to Overcrest Rally in Arkansas, about 25 days. Got some modifications lined up, got some maintenance to do. I'm gonna start out by putting the car on a set of yellow speed sport coilovers, doing some brake rotors up front, oil change, coolant bleed, brake bleed with SRF. I've got some wheels and tires that I'm gonna reveal to you a little bit later in the episode, so stick around for that. I'm really excited. They're really cool, and they're actually JDM, which is pretty sweet. I don't put a lot of JDM stuff on this car. This is one of the ones that I was like, I kind of just had to have it. I'm really excited to show you guys. So I pulled the GC8 inside. I've already started working on it, and I will show you where we're at, and I will tell you about what we are going to try and accomplish to get this car to Arkansas. Also, the last time you saw it was the road trip home from California, which happens to be my most viewed video to date. Really appreciate everybody that shared the video, everybody that's commented, everybody that subscribed because of it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Really cool to see. We're well into the 6,000s now. This is this is crazy. I started this in March thinking like, whatever happens, and here we are. We've actually got like people that want to see these videos. So back to more GC8 stuff. It's kind of becoming the car that I've developed and driven the most this year, and I'm very happy to be back with it. So let's get to work. All right, so the last time you saw this car, it had a lot more, let's say, of a livery on it. It's lacking some stickers now. I gave this thing a thorough cleaning, and basically after doing the coilovers and stuff and getting everything set up with the suspension and the maintenance, we're gonna paint this. How, you might ask? I don't have a paint booth. What I do have is 8 Rust-Oleum turbo cans. That's right, we're gonna blast this thing with gloss black turbo can paint. I'm going to mask off all the stripes and everything. I wanna keep those. I'm gonna remove the bumpers. I'm gonna remove the rear wing and do those off the car. All the lights will be off. Gonna sand it all down really good, clean it, just prep the absolute shit out of it. So I don't have the coilovers yet. They were supposed to show up today. Of course, UPS is late because UPS sucks. They all suck. And so I'm waiting for the coilovers to show up. Once they get here, we're gonna throw this on jacks and start looking at what we gotta do. So see you guys in a few. So, you see the big awkward square on the door? That is all fresh primer that I will knock down with 400 to blend in, but that was where the number was, so I just took 120, 220, 300, and 20, and then 400, smoothed it all out and painted it, and then I did the same on the hood where I took the 13 off there. It's kind of silly because it will be getting a number back on it, but it's just going to be a lot different looking. A bit of a cooler design, something a little bit more refined than me just blopping on white paint. I just finished up this side here, but the big thing is coilovers have arrived. So what you're looking at is a set of Yellow Speed Racing Dynamic Pro Sport Coilovers. They feature 33-way dampening adjustment, pillow ball upper mounts with camber plates on the front, and adjustable shock bodies to give you up to 2.5 inches of ride height adjustment either way. Now I'm sure everybody that has been subscribed for a while has seen me take the suspension apart on the GC8 a couple times now. If you would like to get a more in-depth look at how to go about getting your struts out, getting coilovers in, vice versa, go back, check out some of the videos that I listed below in the description. Some rallycross prep as well as some Overcrest Rally prep, and just some general work on the GC8, give you a good idea. I wanted to bang this out as quickly as possible. I've done it a million times, so I just wanted to make quick work of it. One thing that was really nice is the Yellow Speed Racing coilovers actually have a notch cut where the brake line usually threads through the stock style strut, or even the KYBs have it. It's really stupid. You have to undo your brake line to replace your suspension every time you got to bleed your brakes. So it's nice that the Yellow Speeds have this. If I have to re anything or change up springs or anything like that, I can do it without having to re-bleed the brakes every time. So super stoked. The front coilovers are now in, just kind of loose ride height, kind of just matched them side to side between the bottom and the top collars. Got everything reconnected tight. I just pushed the camber bolts all the way back, so it's got max camber on that adjustment. Sway bar is all connected. Now we're gonna move on to the back, slap those in really quick, and then we'll get it on the ground and start adjusting it. All right, good morning. It is the next day. I got the suspension fully installed yesterday, put it in there, kind of no adjustment or anything. Today, I'm gonna throw the new wheels and tires on, which I'm not gonna show you. You're basically not gonna see anything until I have the car on the ground parked, checking everything, because I wanna kind of reveal it to you. So stay tuned a few minutes for that. Yesterday, I got them all tightened up, everything. I did the front brake lines and ABS lines and everything, which is funny because I don't have ABS sensors or any of that. So they're installed, they look good. The adjustment is really, really nice to have. I might dial in more camber and stuff on the front. When I first put them in, I knocked the camber bolts all the way back on the rear because they do have adjustment now. And the tire was actually touching the body of the shock. It added like probably 2.5 degrees, which is pretty drastic. So yeah, I backed it all the way back out, and then it's gonna have a camber just from lowering it. We'll see where it ends up. Slap the wheels on, get this thing on the ground, and adjust the height. Adjust whatever I gotta do, tighten everything up, and then try and take it down the street today. And then suspension should be pretty much done until we go for an alignment. All right, we are moving in the GC8 once again. No crazy sounds except for everything I can hear behind me because the back seat isn't in it, and just some rock setting. Steering's actually pretty good. The alignment's not too far out. It actually rides really nice. These coilovers on soft setting, they ride great. So I'm happy with them. Gonna get them dialed in, adjusted, adjust toe a little bit, booking a proper alignment for maybe next week, Monday, before we start painting. And yeah, let's go find a cool spot, and I'm gonna show you guys these wheels and tires. All right, so those are the wheels that I've been kind of holding back from you guys. Really excited. These are Ray's TE07, so they're kind of like a TE37, but these are actually OEM for STI, which would be like a 555 or a Type R in Japan, so a 2-door in Japan, or a 4-door, the one with the cool roof scoop. They got a nice offset. I didn't get any rub. I went over some gnarly bumps and stuff on the test drive. No touching yet. I like this height. It feels really nice. Still got clearance everywhere, and like it handles a lot better already. And it's on winter tires right now. And now we're gonna focus on cleaning the rest of it up, tying up all the odds and ends. We got maintenance to do. Front rotors, got exhaust mount to weld up, stays for the rad fan, oil change, coolant, that kind of stuff. Yeah, gotta do all the prep and get this thing painted because I would like it to be all sort of one shade of black. Lots to do. Right now I'm gonna clean up the shop a little bit, get it back up on jacks and start working on maintenance. So I will see you guys a little bit when we're spinning spanners. So to finish off the day, I started by just swapping over a new set of Centric blank rotors with the E-coat on them. Helps with the rust a little bit. Get them from Rock Auto, they're super cheap. You can just get them for like an 02 WRX for 4-pot calipers. Got those swapped on and then crawled underneath the car because it was time to look at the broken downpipe mount that I discovered back in Oklahoma on my way home exploring Route 66 in July. Took my beautiful hose clamp hangers off, unbolted the old mount, and inspected how bad the damage was. Wasn't too shabby, so I just decided to clean up the area and try my hand at TIG welding underneath the car. After disconnecting the battery, I went to town with the wire wheel and the brush just to clean up the area. Didn't take too long. Then I got the jack under there to get everything aligned, get the mount aligned to where the crack was and where I had notched out. Then I jumped in there with the TIG welder and laid down a tack. I let it cool for a second. I went back, laid over it with a bead, and actually got some decent penetration. That was the last thing I did for that day. Alrighty, we're back in the shop. Haven't touched the car really this weekend. I've been doing other stuff, getting ready to paint it this week. I also I did tinker a little bit yesterday, and this side of the motor has always leaked a bunch of oil. Figured it was coming out of PCV or ABCS solenoid. I was correct. It seems to be leaking out of both. Solenoid out yesterday. Seems to have like some weird play and stuff. I don't know where they leak out of, but it's definitely seems to be a problem. So I'm actually about to call Lordco and see if I can get another one. And then I put a proper hose clamp on the back of that PCV, and then I'll put that one on there. Can actually slide the solenoid in and out with that hose on. So we'll take care of that. Bolt it all back up. We're gonna hose the whole area down with brake clean, get it all cleaned up so we can chase a leak if it still persists. Also, it's like leaking all the way, like it's leaking all the way down, getting all over the pan, all over the cross member and everything, all the steering rack, and I really don't want that. So I'm gonna have it masked tonight and tomorrow, and it's gonna be sprayed Tuesday. So we're gonna bang this out really quick. All we're doing is masking off the stripes, the windows, taking the spoiler and the bumpers off and the lights, and we're gonna go hard, get it done. Last time I sprayed it, I did the whole car black in 12 hours. So it's not a big deal. So disassembling and removing the front bumper doesn't take too long. It's not too bad of a job. Basically just gotta take my fog lights out, marker lights, that kind of thing, fender plugs, and then just the main mounting bolts along the front and the side. Comes right off. Notice there was some rust forming on the crash bar, so I hit it with the grinder and knocked it all down to get it ready to take some rust former, which is sort of a 2-in-1 reformer and primer. Got a bunch of it splotched on there and covered up. So this thing should be good for another couple years at least. Take some more punishment. All right, it is the day of cleaning and masking. Yesterday I spent some time removing everything off the car, bumpers, lights, rear wing, which is over here. I've still got to take some stickers off that and get some of that foam tape off of it because it's all stuck. Basically gonna start masking off the stripes and all the window trims and everything, the windows themselves. I gotta put power back on the car to put up the front windows because we don't want any overspray going inside the car. Even with plastic, it will be an issue. So yeah, got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of cleaning up, a lot of sanding, a lot of masking, and we're probably gonna pull an all-nighter. So let's get to it. So at this point, I just decided it was best to focus on getting everything off the car, getting it cleaned up and masked. So I just started by getting the side skirts off. Tried to fix up as many damaged little areas of the plastic that I could. Use the heat gun to kind of reform everything, straighten out the skirts. From there, I cleaned up the car a little bit more, hit the whole thing with solvent once, and then moved on to taping, which I did all of the trims, all of the windows, the mirrors, the stripes. I took the marker lights off the fenders because I forgot earlier. I removed the bolts for the mud flaps, and I cut masking around the door handles. Got it nice and tight in there to cover up all the color. Leave a good zone to put in some paper and cover up the stripes. test shot the hood because it's prepped and I want to see how it sprays out. This thing is huge. I reckon it's going to take like 2 passes and this thing will be covered. Holy shit. I mean, it's cool to see it glossy, but it sucks that, I mean, you can't really see it, but there, it's just like so textured. That's a lot of orange peel. But for a shitbox rally car paint job from 10 feet, good enough. This is gonna look so good. Let's get to it. Good morning. So last night we test sprayed the hood on the car, and this morning I hit the corner of it with a little bit of 400 grit, see how much I can flatten it out, which is quite a bit. So that makes me really happy. I'm gonna wet sand this whole hood before we do another coat. Probably gonna start with that, and then we'll move on to finishing spraying the entire car. But this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really like excited to do this, so gonna get to it. All right, the hood is all wet sanded. It doesn't look great, but once you lay a top coat on it, it's really flat, so good to go there. The rest of the car is all scuffed. I just had to redo that because there were some shadows from some old stickers. But now that's pretty much good to go. We're just gonna wipe it down, all that good stuff. I have the back bumper chilling over there, and I'm going to get everything set up, wipe it down, and I'm gonna spray that first. That's gonna be my test for how well I gotta shake the paint and stuff. My radiant heater stopped working, I don't know why. So I can't really heat the cans, which sucks, and I can't really heat the car after. Maybe something, I don't know, a fuse or something went. Stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna spray the back bumper, see how that turns out. We'll keep going. Car is fully sprayed, aside from some things that I gotta touch up. A lot of fish eyes, a lot of texture, a lot of dust to be expected for a driveway paint job, but it's all one color. It's not primer anymore, so that's cool. Overall, sort of a lateral move, maybe a little bit cooler, I guess, looking from afar. This will be like a, you know, across the parking lot, like, whoa, cool, look at that. Until you get really close and see all the dents and everything and the massive orange peel, and then you go, oh, what a pile of crud. So all in all, for like 200 bucks in material, not too shabby of a paint job for being able to do it in like 2 days. Next time I spray the car, it'll be just getting done at a body shop properly, but that's a few years down the road. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up and get out of here and let my brain recover. I'll see you later. Later. That's one way to put some texture in your life. Unmask the car. To be honest, with the stripes exposed, it looks 10 times better, and kind of draws your eye away from the fact that it looks like a Spalding basketball. I'm happy with it for the 200 something I spent on tape and paint and plastic. Can't complain. The thing I can't complain about is my floor is absolutely disaster. I'm gonna have to wipe the whole thing down with mineral spirits after the car is out of here. Got lots of fish eyes and stuff. This primer and filler and stuff that I have in the car has been 6-7 years now. 6 years, I think. And it's just full of all kinds of wax and oil and just junk. So I expected that it would probably fight me a little bit, but you know, not the end of the world. I can sand it down and touch it up just with some regular cans, because touching up with the turbo cans, holy shit, that fan spray is massive. If you're just painting machinery or something that you didn't really care about the way it looked, or something like this where it's just a shitbox race car, rally car thing, you know, for masking off a car and being able to fire it in like 5 minutes, turbo cans are the way to go. You can order 6 of them on Amazon and paint your whole car. Pretty sick. Honestly, I probably could have just left the bumpers on for this deal and taken the lights out, but it's always easier when you have them off the car. And I have to redo the front bumper. It's got some really bad fish eyes on it. So that unfortunately is gonna do it for this episode. I am out of time to get this edited and do all that fun stuff, and then start again next week. So I wanna put this episode out right here. Next week, gonna reveal the car finished to you guys. I mean, I know it looks this way right now, and you're like, oh, but it's done. It's not. I have a few little touches I want to put on it. We're gonna put the wheels and tires back on. We're gonna get it out, go get some rollers, do some cool stuff with it. Give it its proper, like, cinematic re-debut, because I have put so much time into this car in the last year. Literally 366 days ago was the day that I got it towed out to Boost Barn to get tuned and running, and about a week from today, last year, would be when it came back and I hit the road for Overcrest. So it's been a year since we got this thing going on its new powertrain, refreshed chassis with the 6-speed swap and everything. And I figured it'd be a good thing just to give it a look to kind of match. It's, you know, it's a hot rod, it's not a show car. It's meant to see gravel, it's not meant to see parking lots. Shots fired. Anyway guys, I really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with me for all this progress on the GC. I'm really excited to get it completed and get on the road to Overcrest in about a week and a half. Like what I'm doing here, please hit that subscribe button, sign up for notifications, leave a comment, leave a like, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate all the support. Every little bit helps the channel grow. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna get out of here before I pass out from paint fumes. Like always, be kind, drive hard, and maybe at some point in the very basketball skinned GC8, hopefully I'll see you on the road. Have a good one.